Merry Christmas and welcome back to my kitchen where I'm going to be showing you how to make this beautiful sparkly Christmas cake. And it is so easy to make. It takes me about 5 or 10 minutes and as you can see it's so pretty. Look how sparkly it is. So let me show you how we make it. So we're going to start today by rolling out the marzipan to cover the cake. So with fruitcake, we always use icing sugar and not corn flour like you would for a sponge cake, because the corn flour can actually react to the fruitcake. So I've got some just golden marzipan here. You can buy natural marzipan if that's what you prefer, but I prefer the golden. I like the colour. And when you cut a slice, I like to see the yellow against the white of the icing. I think it's really pretty. And it reminds me of Christmas when I was a kid. So that's what I always use. So I'm going to roll out the marzipan fairly thick. About the thickness of a pound coin, probably maybe just a little bit less. Some people absolutely love marzipan, but for those that don't, it makes it a bit easier to peel it off. And yeah, like I said, it gives you that lovely definition. So that's the sort of thickness we're going for. And I'm going to use this cake tin here. It's a new cake tin, I haven't actually used it, but it's a very similar size to the cake that I've made. So it'll give me a guide when I'm cutting the cake. So I'm just going to move this to one side, bring this in. I'm just going to paint this with a bit of apricot jam, and this apricot jam is what I use to stick the cake to the board as well. See the sort of thickness there of the marzipan. I'm going to lay that on top. It's got a little bit of an overhang, which is what what I was looking for. I'm going to get my cake smoother now, to give it a little smooth down. There we are. So that's that layer done. So I'm going to move that over to one side now, and then we're going to start on our next layer, which is our fondant. I've just recently changed my fondant to massa fondant, and I gotta be honest, I don't think I'll be changing back. It's so much easier to work with. Okay, so I'm going to take my cake smoother now while it's on the board and actually smooth out any of those bumps from rolling. There we are. I'm going to take my board, my cake tin. And this time I'm not going to cut a straight edge, I'm going to cut sort of around it, quite close, but in sort of a wavy pattern. And this is going to look like, or my aim is for it to look like, a snowdrift. I want to stay quite close to that thing, so we don't want it to be hanging really low on the cake. There we go. I'm gonna take this away. Take this away. Okay, so I just want to smooth out that edge that's the cake tin's caused. Although it's not the end of the work, because it'll come off on the cake as well. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go around with my fingers and just neaten up. Can you see this edge is just a little bit rougher than we'd probably like? If you just smooth that with your hands, it looks less like it's been cut then. Nice and smooth. Okay. Just gonna take this off. Oh, a little bit sticky. Over to one side while I bring the cake off. Then we're gonna put a little bit more of the apricot jam. You really don't need much for this to stick. But I'm gonna take it right to the edge of the marzipan. So I'm going to take this now and roll it on. Yeah. Smooth that out with my smoother. And now we can give it a really good smooth on top of the cake. We come around the edge. Carry on neatening up that edge that we were doing when it was on the work surface, and that's our base done. So now we're going to work on our decorations. So I've got the same ball of fondant that was left over, so I'm just going to work it just a little bit more malleable. And this goes lovely and soft again once we give it a good knead. I'm going to put a little bit more icing sugar down. Not too much. I'm just going to change over onto my icing rolling pin now. So this time we want the icing to be a lot thinner. I can show you there how thin I've gone with it. You can see there how thin I've sort of gone with it. And this is for the decorations. I'm just gonna smooth it out a bit again. Don't want to press down too much on this one, so you don't want it to stick. So we're going to be making little snowflakes to go on top of the cake. You can make anything you want, but I quite like this. I think it's quite simple and quite effective in 3 different sizes. So I'm going to do 3 of the large. So these are called plunge cutters if you haven't seen them before. We're going to plunge it down, and that marks the snowflake. And then lift it up, and then what I like to do is smooth down these edges to make sure you get a really clean cut on the snowflake. And then we're going to pop it out. There we are. That's a beautiful little snowflake there. So I'm going to take some edible glue. You could just use a little bit of water. I got the edible glue, so I do like to use it. Put a little bit. What I'm going to do is cut all the snowflakes out and then show you how I put them on the cake. You can see there in a relatively short amount of time I've made some beautiful little snowflakes. I'll just show you how I put them on the cake. So I added one on there. So let me just get my edible glue. So I'm going to just mark sort of spot there so I know where the snowflakes come in. I'm just going to lift them up gently. And this is fondant, so I don't let this dry out or anything like that because it needs to go on when it's still pliable. But if you wanted to make these snowflakes to stand up, to go on wire or anything like that, you'd need to use flour paste. My husband always tells me that I put too many on, but I think you can never have too many, so probably going to put on quite a few. I think that's it. There, so that's quite easy to do. And then I've got these beautiful little pearl balls that I'm just going to put in the centre of my snowflakes. They don't like to play ball sometimes. And then I've just got some of these little silver balls. There, not done. So now I've just got this glitter spray. I love these glitter sprays. I don't know if you've used them at all. About £3 from Tesco, on a couple of other shops. Morrison sell them as well. But they're brilliant because they spray on. My absolute favourite glitter for Christmas cakes and anything to do with snow. It's a hologram white from Rainbow Dust, and this is the more traditional with using a brush to apply it. But I don't know if you can see how sparkly it is. And I just love to put a good bit of this on, so I kind of aim for the snowflakes, but if it gets anywhere else that's fine as well, but this really catches the light. I put quite a bit on. I use this on my gingerbread house. I use this pretty much wherever I can, to be honest. I just think it's just so pretty. And that's it, that's the Christmas cake done. Any questions, just leave comments below for me and I'll try and answer them. And hopefully give it a go, it's really fun. And you could definitely do this on a sponge cake as well. Obviously then using buttercream instead of the marzipan. So there's the cake, all finished and ready to wrap up for a lovely Christmas present. If you liked my tutorial, obviously subscribe down below. If you have any comments or any suggestions, please get in touch, I love hearing from you. Thanks for watching and I'll see you soon. Have a lovely Christmas.